and old friends visiting. God still bless you for coming. Okay, God bless you all. Go ahead and do that. Enjoy this great family, because this place is everything that is been doing. Thank you for the love. Bless you. Let me tell you something. You must something, but how is it? I wish it was that you with your thumbs down. Okay, how do you do that? Do that. Welcome back, every one of you. God bless you, my amazing subscribers. God bless every one of you, and those who are about to join the family. God bless every one of you. May the face of the Lord shine upon every one of you. Please, as you're subscribing to the channel, I want you to subscribe to Jesus Christ, because if I didn't see you here, I want to see you at the other side of the aisle, which is in heaven. Welcome back, every one of you. Today we're going to do something. We're going to talk about altar, how to raise an altar of prayer and an altar of righteousness as children of God. Yes, that is what we're going to talk about, because an altar is a place of point of contact that you have to form as a habit as a child of God. So we're going to read in the book of Isaiah 56 verse 7. It says, "Even then I will bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifice will be accepted on my altar. For my house shall be called a house of prayer for all nations." Matthew 21 verse 13 say, "And he said to them, it is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves." If you read in the book of Luke chapter 6 verse 12, it's talking about the same thing. Why when Jesus Christ was praying, he didn't say when Jesus Christ was playing, but was praying, interceding. In the book of Matthew 26 verse 36, the same thing is talking about when Jesus called Peter, the two sons of Zebedee, for them to go and wait on the Lord. That is to tell you that prayer is the way that Jesus Christ lived his life. And for you to be a successful child of God, you need to cultivate the spirit of prayer. Remember that Jesus Christ fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. Imagine a son of God who have the same power with God, but he saw the needful, how needful it is for him to pray. Jesus Christ have showed us the need for prayer. That is why some people will say, I am doing Jesus fast. They are fasting for 40 days. Some say, I'm doing the Daniel fast. They are fasting for 21 days. Something like that. Some are doing the fast of Esther. They are fasting for 3 days. So all those things, you need to cultivate the habit of prayer. As a child of God, each week you're supposed to find a day in at least each week to have time with God. We are going to talk about what is an altar. We're going to ask ourselves that, what is an altar? As a child of God, why you need an altar in your life? He said that an altar is a system of authorization platform. It is the realm of the spirit with an authorization where covenants are activated and maintained. Yes. Where covenants are activated and maintained by continuous sacrifices, by continual visitation. Depending on the kind of altar you raise, whether you raise an altar of righteousness or you raise an altar of unrighteousness. I am asking you to raise an altar of righteousness through the altar of prayer and through the altar of fire. Why do devil always use women as an instrument? Do you know the reason? You as a woman, why you should cultivate the spirit of prayer? Why things always work against women? Most of the time, you see so many sisters, their marriages, everything is being hijacked. Do you know the reason? He said, because ladies are the chiefest point of entrance among human beings. We have womb that makes us gateway of entrance. We can reprocreate. We can produce another human being. So for that reason, devil find us a safe haven. Because there is going to be a multiplication when I use a woman. But when I use a man, it's going to be dried up. So that is why, as a child of God, you don't have to allow yourself to be used by devil. You don't have to allow yourself to be used by the kingdom of darkness, but you are going to build an altar of prayer. Let me tell you, my marriage was founded on the power of prayer. Yes. What I am telling you as an intercessor is the life I have been living and the life I am praying to continue to live as a child of God. When I was looking among the believers in the church, the way that the marriages are crumbling, you don't see genuine love and genuine, communication and genuineness among brothers and sisters that married under the umbrellas of thus said the Lord. I say, God, no. I began to pray. I use midnight hour. Sometimes I will wake up by 12 midnight. I will end by 4 a.m. I began to pray. I say, God, arise and release my marriage. I don't care to know what power that is operating in the realms of the spirit. Every territorial spirit operating where I was living, by the mention of Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi, El Shaddai, mighty in battle, man of war. I am that I am. Moses said to fellow, let my people go. I said that enough is enough. My marriage had to be decided by God of heaven. When I prayed and God showed me my husband, at a point, it lasted for 1 year. I continued praying until there was a communication. Because he's living all the way in America while I'm all the way in Africa. I said, God, if this is from you, you have to make it happen. It happens. But let me tell you, that wasn't the end of it. The enemy rose up that marriage will not come to be. You know why? Because they have already necromanced me in the realms of the spirit and see that I'm a light, but they are darkness. And my wedding card was taken to the realms of darkness. In the realms of the spirit, they presented my wedding card in the kingdom of darkness. And I said, okay, devil, unfortunately, you invited the wrong woman. So on the 27th day of December, against 30th, which is the date of my wedding, we have to go and see the three priests that is presiding over the marriage. So my brother-in-law and my husband are all there, deliberating over whether the marriage is going to stand. I went inside the altar. I went inside the church. I went inside the altar of God and I began to wage war against the heavenlies. I began to pray. I began to call upon the name of the Lord. I said, Jesus, you showed me my husband. We didn't meet by I love you, I love you. This marriage was institutionalized by God, and devil have no room over my marriage. Devil cannot stop what God have already started. I began to wage war. I began to pray. There was an earthquake in All Saints Anglican Church, Porofield. There was an earthquake. I began to wage war. I began to pray. My brothers and sisters, I am telling you the reason why you need to cultivate the spirit of prayer, why you need to form the habit of prayer. I prayed and I called upon the name of the Lord. Instantly the judgment was turned in my favor, because when there is a mouth to pray, there is a God to answer. And my brother-in-law have to leave. And my wedding have to take place on the 31st of December. That is how mighty my God is. That is how awesome my God is. I am telling you, there is a need for you to cultivate the spirit of prayer. For you to raise an altar of prayer. An altar can be an institution. It can be a monument. It can be you. You can be standing in the gap for your family as an altar of prayer. For your marriage. For your husband. For your family. You can be that thing that you are looking onto. Because the most accurate, let me tell you, any marriage that is not founded on prayer, any ministry, any church that is not founded on prayer, that marriage is not going to last. Let me tell you, through the power of prayer, someone is going to announce you to your destiny helper. Let me tell you that Jesus Christ raised an altar of prayer. Elijah raised an altar of prayer. Nehemiah raised an altar of prayer. Elisha, Esther raised an altar of prayer. Gideon raised an altar of prayer. It is your own turn. These people, their time have gone. It is your own time to raise an altar of prayer. Because when there is a mouth to pray, there is a God to answer. I am telling you the need for you to rise up and say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Lord, you lead Elijah where he was taken to heaven. You also led Enoch. Father God, including Moses, Jesus Christ came to a point where he was taken to heaven. I am praying that Lord is going to take you, to take me to our place of encounter, where we are going to have an encounter with heaven, where we are going to have an encounter with Jesus. Remember the time of Joseph. Joseph was locked in the prison of Egypt. But when Joseph interpreted the dream, someone have to announce you. Somebody have to announce you to your destiny helper. Joseph interpreted the dream, and Joseph did not stop there. He said, remember me. It doesn't matter who that person is going to be, but my prayer and my declaration is that God is going to connect you to your destiny helper. This man, when fellow had a dream, and fellow could not interpret the dream, the prayers of Joseph in the dungeon could not allow the astrologers and the wise men of Egypt to interpret this dream, because this dream is what is going to bring Joseph to his destiny. And Joseph was praying in the dungeon, and after everything, remember, he just said, common cupbearer. The common cupbearer said to fellow, I know a man in prison. I don't know where you are now, but I am praying. I am asking that God is going to connect you to your destiny helper. This cupbearer, remember, he remembered Joseph. And Joseph was announced before fellow. And the brightness and the dream and the aspiration and the who Joseph was able to manifest. I don't know who is going to announce you, but you need to pray yourself out. You need to stand up and say enough is enough. You need to raise your altar of prayer. You need to raise your altar of fire. You need to be consistent. You need to be steadfast. You need to build this altar, and you need to maintain this altar and say enough is enough. I am done patching. Somebody have to corroborate with you. Somebody have to share your video out, for one of your video to go viral and for you to be get noticed on YouTube, on whatever you are doing. I don't know, but I am telling you, there is a general that need to announce you. I don't know where they are. Remember the time of Jesus Christ. Simon of Cyrene helped Jesus to carry the cross to the Golgotha. Joseph of Arimathea have to be the one that dug up the grave where Jesus Christ was laid, because remember the Bible said that he's going to be an incorruptible man. Jesus cannot be laid in a grave that have already carried another man. These are the destiny helpers of Jesus Christ. I don't know where your destiny helpers are, but I am asking you to raise the altar of righteousness, to stand in the gap and to maintain your altar, and for you to begin to wage war, for you to stop whatever that has stopped your forefathers. I don't care to know the agreement. I don't care to know the covenant, recorded, written, spoken. I don't care to know the kind of covenant that is waging war against you. But what I'm here to tell you, that when you raise an altar of prayer, when you raise an altar of fire, and everything will start working in your favor. 2021 is a year you need to cultivate the habit of prayer. 2021 is a year you need to stand up and say enough is enough. Let me tell you the power of prayer, the power of an altar. An altar is where a covenant are activated. I want you to activate your covenant in the realms of the spirit. I want you to rise up, and I want you to fight, and I want you to pray, because when there is a mouth to pray, there is a God to answer. When you fight in the realms of the spirit, there is going to be an overflow of the goodness of the Lord. You are going to rejoice. You are going to celebrate. But first, you need to fight the fight. But first, you need to stand up. But first, you need to say, Jesus, here am I. Use me. Are you going to be the gateway of entrance in your marriage, in your family? Are you going to be that altar? I am an altar standing in the gap for my families. I pray that God will open your eyes and motivate you to raise your altar in Jesus' awesome name. Thank you for watching. Until next time, please go and raise your altar of fire and prayer. Until next time, bye-bye.